Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. Today we're going to cover Microsoft Planner, both for personal and team task management. This is our second Tech Tip Tuesday. Looks like we got a little smaller crowd today. I guess they're just waiting for the video to come out afterwards. But we'll get a quick introduction with everything. Today, focus on Microsoft Planner. There will be bonus tech tips as we go. Ask that you remain muted until we get through kind of scripted format, and then we'll open it up for questions. So I hope to keep the scripted format to about 10 minutes. And from there, so Planner, I would say it's both for group and personal task management. A couple years ago, Microsoft actually combined two different tools and maybe three different tools, if you want to call it. First, Microsoft To Do, which they bought probably 10 years ago now. Then they Planner, which was their Trello tool. And then now they're actually combining in Microsoft Project and some other like tasks in Outlook are all being combined into one app. They're calling that one app Planner Plus, I believe, or Planner Premium. So that has additional features and things like that. We won't cover the project portion of that. And then we will cover the basic planner, which includes my day, my tasks, my plans. Going to cover accessing it, navigation, creating some plans, and managing those plans today. Accessing it is probably one of the more confusing parts here. So there's 7 different ways to get to the same information. They want to make it easily accessible, almost too accessible. So first, the way I would suggest that you go is through the Teams app, like Microsoft Teams. There's an app on the side. I'll show you that. Cloud.microsoft. Or if you go into your launcher at the top left, you can get to it right there. The other way is like pinning it to your taskbar. I might show that. Mobile side of it, there's actually 3 apps that you need to know about. And I'm sure we're going to do a session just on mobile apps for Microsoft at some point. Maybe we'll focus in on one or not. But there's the Teams app that you can get access to it, the Planner app, and the To Do app. So if you need to get access right away, think of the Planner app as your group app, To Do as your local app. I think eventually these two will go away, and they're just going to focus on making sure all the features are there packed into Teams. The only question I have is it's kind of a little slower to get to. So let's jump in with navigation. So you have My Day, you have tasks, and you have plans. So, and we'll actually jump in and show you how to access this all as well. So first thing you have here is you have the Planner app. If you don't have this app right here, I want you to go down here to your tools and search your 3 dots and search for Planner and have it right click on that and pin to your taskbar. So I unpinned it, it's gone. I'm going to go ahead and pin it and then move it up. I probably have it right below my calendar, honestly, normally, and use it right there. If you have say it's not there, you can just search Planner in these, and you should have an install or an add button, just like I have on this Gantt chart. But you can hit add, and it will put it right here under your 3 dots on the right-hand side. Take some time to look through these as well. There's a lot of good things there. If you go to planner.cloud.microsoft, which I'm opening up on another window here, and My Day, it's going to look like this. And you can find it right here in your app launcher as well under More Apps. And search for it right here. It should be in this list. Right there's mine. A little aside thing that I like to do on these apps, I always like to go down here and go into More Tools, Apps, install this site as an app. And what this does, it actually created a place that I can pin it to my taskbar right there. So My Day, I click that up, and you can do that for any window, right? So it can sit there, it's right there and available for you. Okay, so back in Planner, and I'm going to do all of my walkthrough of everything right here in the Planner app on my tasks right here. So you have my day. Microsoft Planner does this philosophy of, well, my day. I wish it was my day and tomorrow, but it only does my day. I wish I could plan for tomorrow, but that's all right. That's aside. So you can start adding tasks. So like if I go here in my tasks and I'm working on this groundbreak presentation today, I can add it to my day and it's going to sit there. I can put a due date that's actually due tomorrow, give it a priority of important or in progress, and then work through it that way. If you can also look at it in a board fashion that you can drag and drop, if it started, if I completed it, gives me a little bell symbol that says it's done, but I've already started working on these. So there's two basic ways to see it, grid view and board view. You can always filter these by like priority or hide that column, and you can go into board. You can group by progress. You can group by plan that it's on. You can group by due date and priority and so forth. But let's just go group by progress here. And so what you'll want to do is you want to add, generally their policy is like to start adding things to your day first thing in the morning. You look through your list and see what you're trying to work on. You can then go ahead and prioritize them, drag them up and down on the board. You can put things above and below each other. So this is just kind of your to-do list sitting over there. One thing I like to do is I like to have this open a new window here. So now it's actually opened up in a new window on its own. So I can sit this off on another screen, kind of sit it on the side and kind of keep working through that. Okay, so moving on. So that's my day. Great thing. This is also awesome on your iPad or your iPhone. Just sits there, has it working through. Then you have my tasks. So this is everything that's assigned to you. So like think about this. So I have anything that's assigned to me or anything that I created, private tasks, things that I created on my own, or flagged emails, don't know what's in there, but yeah, assigned to me. You can see what's on the list. You can have some quick looks at like the task conversation. Need to book my flight to Denver, so you can click on this and it will open up the details of that, who it's assigned to, what's the detail that goes on there. And just work your way through here that you on this information. Again, there's filters here by due date, progress, and so forth. You can also assign to me on your Outlook calendar. So anything that has a due date here will appear on my Outlook calendar. Again, a board view, group by progress, group by plan. So here I can see the different plans that are on there. I can see by due date, things that are late, got a few of those. And then by priority as well. So let's leave it as progress. So that's really helpful to be able to jump between the two. If you're more of a grid person, you want to see it like this, or if you're a more board person. In grid view, I would suggest that you like group by due date, and you can work through it that way. Okay, so then you have this My Plans area. So you can come in here and you can see all of your plans that you have. So like shared, personal, pinned, My Teams, and you can come in here and maybe go ahead and pin and unpin a plan. So I unpinned my personal tasks. I unpinned my priority list. So just pinning and unpinning. You can also hide, rename. This is really where you organize your information. The only thing in here that you need to know about on a regular basis is how to create a new plan right from here. And I'll show that here in just a moment. The last part here are your tasks. So let's take a look at one of these plans. We'll use flame pool properties as our example. So here is our real estate efforts. So you have inside of these, you got buckets, and you can work your way through them, and you can move buckets left and right. We have a bucket per property here. And then if you go in and you can look at this schedule of these different activities, you got charts of the different activities. You have a grid view that you can work through and see what's crossed off and what's accomplished. Filter that by like progress, not started, and see what we have to work on. So lots of different ways to organize that information. And I'm going to show you more in detail here of how to actually do this because we're going to create a plan together, of course. That's basic navigation. Initiated, planning, executing, then scope, software development, a business plan, self-assessment, define opportunity, and then an employee onboarding plan. So you can actually create different templates for yourself, but we're going to use this simple plan here and use the template. And now when you're creating a plan, you don't have to pick a group. So if I create and I'm going to call this tech tips, tip planning, you don't have to add it to a group, but we can actually do the same that. So we can go in here. I created a group called tech tips to add this to, and I'm going to pin it to my task. So go ahead and create it. It's creating that plan. And while I'm doing that, I'll show you what we can also do right inside here, inside that group. If I go into my chat and channels from last time, I come down here to tech tips and I go to planner. I can actually add this right inside of a task or a tab. So add an existing plan. So this is my tech tip planning. I just added that to a channel. So if I'm having all my conversations right here about this, I can always jump over here. There it goes. I like to often rename this and just call this something like tasks. And there you go. So the great thing about this, and you can see that these, if I move something here, it's going to move it over here as well. A little bit of black. So inside of your basic plan, you have backlog, up next, in progress, blocked, or complete. These are buckets. So you can make your bucket whatever you want it to be. Some groups, we make it buckets based on client. Some groups, we'll do it bucket based on project, or we'll create a bucket specific for a project just like this. So you work your way kind of through all these and have buckets. So buckets are whatever you want them to be. So what we can do is we can create some tasks. So like a task that I have is to email out video when this is one tech tip. Well, I'll just say email out video. I can set that due date real quick here. I can say it's today and assign it to someone. So whoever you have as part of the team can be assigned some things. By the way, if anyone wants to join this team, I'm going to try to probably make this tech tip team a team for storing all of our tech tips, notes, and everything. But you can access it. You can also use it as a sandbox for anything that you want. But go ahead and assign it to myself and then add that task. So here it's added. It's automatically added to my day right there. That's what that says. It's today. And then we can add some labels right here. So the great thing about labels, honestly, I don't use them too much, but they can be used for whatever you want. So I've seen some people use them per client. I've seen some people like, hey, urgency. You also have the priority here as well for that. I've also seen just breaking it down, but it gives you another thing to filter by. I filtered it by like software before, used like the orange for Procore and renamed that Procore or something like that. And we can actually kind of do that for this, probably is a good example. Or use, in this case, purple for like teams. So you can always edit these. I like this better for teams. So inside a card or inside a task, you have the bucket that it's in, you have a progress, you have a priority, you have a start date for the task. So we'll say it started yesterday, a due date here, and then a repeating. So maybe it's going to be weekly and Tuesday. Then you can give a description. Not a whole lot that you can do in the description, but you can actually add like www.google.com. That will turn into hyperlink. So I often will do that and share things there. You have a checklist that you can go through, save video, for example, edit video, add titles, post video to YouTube. As some basic steps. And sometimes I like to just put like abbreviations right behind them that show you who's assigned to, just as a little way to do that. And then attachments, you can go right from teams and pull in teams from your documents in that group, or from your computer, you can upload or link. Honestly, I've gotten to the point where I'm starting to use attachments less and less and just put that information in the notes here so that you have it, and just put a hyperlink right there to the notes so that you can easily find it. And then I can curate this a little bit easier. Comments is like, hey, as you're working on a task, you can move it from the right to the left and move it through the progress there. You can also look at this like in a grid view, email out video, sort by date, and have it right there at the top. I can also filter by label if I wanted to just look at the Teams items and have that there. Also your schedule, there's email out views, and then chart, see what's in progress there. Know what this is about, and you can hit send there. So I would encourage you guys to try this for all of your basic task management, also creating some templates for yourself. So if you come in here and you can remember, you can copy a task, you can assign it to someone else, you can move a task, you can copy a link to a task. I often will do that to send it to someone else. With that, I hope that gives you a basic introduction. It makes you dangerous. I don't think you're going to be a Teams or planner master after this brief overview.